You can pull all three for free and just verify that there's nothing TBGB on there. You can also file a report with the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, as well.
Yep, I did that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. You've done all the right things. On top of that, I would, for the future, have ID theft protection. And I've got mine covered through Xander. You can go to Xander.com to get that set up. And this is for anyone listening as well. Because I went through the same thing, Bridget, back when I was broke in 2013. I had just started at Ramsey, $36,000 student loan debt. And they opened up these cell phone accounts in my name, racked up debt. I had collectors calling me. It's scary. You feel just so exposed. You lose just trust of humanity. It's not a fun time. So I'm sorry that you went through that. But it sounds like you've done the hard work to climb out of this. Now the next step is let's follow the baby steps.
So you're working on the student loans? Is that the only debt you have?
Yes.
All right.
I paid off, which I did. You know how long ago I stopped paying my car payment, learned that the hard way, and then I was going to get repossessed. And then I was like, what are you doing? I was just being depressed a little early. And so then I just paid it all off at once. I don't know if I was stupid mistake or because now it's saying on my credit report that they just do it as a write-off. And I'm like, no, but I paid you guys. What do you mean?
Was it in collections before?
And no, just like the collections once. And not that on my credit report.
Oh, well, the debt's completely cleared now. You've paid it off completely?
Yes.
Listen,
And I tried it.
I wouldn't
worry about it, and then
I wouldn't worry about it too much because you're about to pay off these student loans and your credit report's going to go to zero anyway.
Okay.
So that's the way that works. Let's list these student loans, smallest to largest. We'll make minimum payments on all of them, but put any amount of extra money on the smallest debt. That's how it works. Oh gosh, let's take another call. Brian in Baltimore. We're up against the clock. What you got going on, Brian?
My main question was, should I hold off on paying my student loans until I'm making more money?
Well, how much are you making now and how much are your student loans?
So right now I'm making about $70,000. I'm currently a resident, this one training.
Okay.
Right now I have about 220 or so student loans.
Is it your only debt?
I have about 3K in consumer debt, which I'm trying to pay off all of them.
Okay, well, if I were you, it's never too soon to start working the baby steps. And so if I were you, I would do that. I'd set $1,000 of savings aside as soon as you get it. Do you have any money saved?
Yeah, currently I already have my $1,000 loans for one phone, and I'm just looking to pay on it.
Okay, yeah. To answer your question, would I wait? If this $3,000 is the smallest debt, yeah, I'm going to pay that one off first. So in that way, yes, I would wait. But then when it comes to these student loans, is it all one lump sum, or do you have it divided into a bunch of little loans? Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to look at all of the debt, including the consumer debt, and we're going to list it smallest to largest. Now, with the student loans, some of them will be grouped together in a payment, and that's fine because we're going to make minimum payments on everything. But as far as what you have left, after you've made minimum payments, you're going to put it at whatever the smallest debt is, whether it's student loan, a credit card, whatever it is. We're going to knock that thing out, and then that's going to free up money to go towards the next smallest debt. And so that's really the way this works. Is there any way to do some side hustling on the side? You said residency, right?
How much margin do you have if you start to go with the debt?
If I were not paying the debt, I would have about $700.
Okay. Yeah, if I had $700 a month and you said, what should I do with it? I'd go, let's start tackling this debt because it's going to be there. And so let's not be the ostrich in the sand. Let's be already attacking it and just increase momentum once we make more money.
Yeah, and if these are federal student loans, this might be a good time to kind of utilize one of those systems where it's lowering the minimum payment, so that way you have more margin available to throw out whatever the smallest debt is. And I want you moving with intensity if you choose to use that method. This is the Ramsey Show.
That keeps you motivated. The Ramsey Network app is designed to keep you laser-focused on reaching your goals. Loaded with over 7,000 hours of Ramsey shows, this free app is the best place for fun, interactive content and no distractions. Plus, you can check your specific notifications to get more personalized content in seconds. So, for the moments you need some extra motivation, you'll have proven advice at your fingertips. It's time to get serious about your goals and shut out the distractions for good. Simply search Ramsey Network in the App Store or Google Play. If you're listening on the podcast, just click the link in the show notes to download our free Ramsey Network app today. Now, the most up-to-date weather forecast here on KSFBQ. Mostly clear and breezy overnight. Our low temperature will be in the upper 60s. The southwest wind gusting upwards of 35 miles per hour. Partly sunny and not as warm on Tuesday. Wind gusts up to 45, even 50 miles per hour with a high 81. Rain begins to move in late Tuesday night. Showers and a few thunderstorms Wednesday with a high 75. I'm meteorologist Dan Holiday.
This is Barry Bird. Join me on the hotline weekday mornings at 8. I'll talk with you and with guests about what's happening in local, regional, and national news. It's a lively discussion, a community forum on 680 KFQ.
People are always asking me,
Why do I do this work?
Two words come to mind for me. One is responsibility, the other is purpose.
there was a child that, I took care of and adored, and she said to me, Dr. Kim, will you remember me forever? Sorry, it's been a hard year.
Every day I think of the faces of patients when I see their smiles, when I tell them that new treatments are helping their lives.
It's just so inspiring to do research that impacts human lives.
Stand Up to Cancer has been a critical partner in advancing research for cancer.
Cancer research saves lives.
So please, help us fight in this battle against cancer.
Be a part of the team that ends cancer at standuptocancer.org. Hey, wouldn't it be great if life came with remote control? You could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind. Like that time you knocked down that wasp nest. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but pre-diabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes, you can stop pre-diabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. To learn your risk, take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the Pre-Diabetes Awareness Program. $500,000, they're putting about $50,000 down, 10%. With the interest rates where they're at, private mortgage insurance because they're not putting 20% or more down, property taxes, homeowners insurance, potentially HOA.
What are we looking
They're
at?
talking $4,700 a month.
Didn't she say they make $120 a year?
They make $120 a year, and so the question is, what are they taking home? Because I doubt it's more than $8,000 or so. So you're talking a $5,000 mortgage with an $8,000 take-home pay, and
Unless there's something we don't know about, this sounds like a horrible idea.
this house in the dream community is about to become a nightmare.
Yeah.
If they do it right now.
Yeah.
So the fallacy is, if we don't do it now, we're always going to look back and go, oh, the one that got away, why didn't we? Now that home is $700,000 in our dream community. Yeah, but you're not coming into it broke. Calling in the show, going, Jay, we made a mistake.
Yeah.
We did a lot at once. We had the wedding. We bought the house we couldn't afford, and we need to sell now. And we're going to lose money on this.
Oh my God.
That's what I see in their future in my crystal ball.
Yeah, plus listen, they're not even married yet. We always say it's a good idea, unless one of the people already owns a house of their own.
Yeah, he said he owns one, but he's got no equity, so he's probably gonna break even on the sale.
That's fine, but they could live there for a little while, or if he's gonna sell it and they break even, whatever, go rent for a while. I would not rush into a buy. This reminds me, George, when my husband and I first got married, there was a community, Jackson Valley was the community, and we looked. Here's my point: is if you go in that community now, I'm like, why did I care about this so much back then? You know what I mean?
Did it have nice amenities?
Yeah,
Was it
it was
fancy
nice
homes?
at the time. They were kind of like
Craftsman
yeah,
style? Yeah.
that craftsman style, and I just thought this is amazing. And now I go and look at it, I'm like, they're old. They're 20 years old. You know what I'm saying? And so the idea that you won't love
The
something
shiny
else,
wears off quickly.
there's always going to be something that's the dream. There will always be a
And we
way
all
out of
recommend,
it.
listen, if you're about to just get married, get to know each other, rent for a while. Like home ownership and building a new home, it is a part to full-time job to be doing that.
Yeah, to build too that's a lot.
A lot of decisions to be made, a lot of chaperoning to be done on that project. So I would just rent for a year, keep saving up, and then we'll see where we're at. Maybe you have 100 or 200 down 2 years from now, and we can step into this with peace.
So would you call this a swift slap in the face?
I'm not slapping anybody. But I can't give you permission, and I will say, not now.
Not
Because
now.
they wait.
I like that. Not no,
No
not
violence.
now. Yeah. All right, let's go to Matt. He's in Toledo, Ohio. What's going on, Matt? How can we help you out?
Hey, thanks for taking my call. How are you doing?
We're good. How can we help?